right, what is going on, everybody? I do believe I'm getting ready to go live, and we're going to be doing some Dayz. Hopefully, we'll be playing some Karma servers today. If not, I will switch over to an official server, but let's see what happens. I'm launching the game now. You should start getting something over here. All right. Go ahead and play. Starting battle eye. All right. So now a friend of mine on Discord said that some of the God almighty, KarmaKrew servers are getting some hackers, and they're going through the process of trying to eliminate that. And we will see if it will let us play some KarmaKrew servers. All right, let's see here. I've got my Discord going, so hopefully I'll be able to see that while I'm playing. We are loading up the KarmaKrew now. All right, so Discord is up where I can see it. I can see my stream. I can see my chat. Ooh, I wonder if I can do. Let me get my invite to server. All right. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get that pasted up here. All right, so there's an invite to the server. Let's see how KarmaKrew is doing on loading. We're still getting the loading screen on that. And let's pull up. All right, there we go. So we've got everything up and going. Now it's just up to KarmaKrew to decide if it's going to play. All right, we're loading in. There we go. All right. Now let's see. I have no idea how many people are on this server right now. Oh wait, that's not KarmaKrew. World community. Running into a bit of delay here, a bit of some problems. What is going on here? All right, guys, let me see if I can get it to load up KarmaKrew through the KarmaKrew Chernarus number 3. Says it's loading. Let's see what happens. Launching the game. Alright, maybe now I'm going. Still nobody watching, so that's fine. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of delay in getting started here. Everybody can see me and hear me, I do believe. Alright. Karma's still loading up. Let's get my handy dandy second co-pilot here going. Get some I Survive and see what that looks like. Alright, still loading up. Alright, I gotta submit this code here. I like the anti-cheat stuff. I wish Official had some of that action, because it seems like there's quite a few official servers. I like to play Official, and you just get waxed by a magic bullet from nowhere all the time. Alright. Man, still loading. We might get started eventually here, guys. I got to about noon-ish. I want to get a short stream in here, and then I got some things I need to do on my day off, such as mow the lawn. I got to be responsible, you know. Adulting is hard. Let's see if I can adjust myself here. Yes, so I am in Karma, guys. Awesome. Okay. So there we go. We're up and running in this server. Let me get my I Survive up. And then there we go. I Survive. So that way I can at least maybe pronounce some of these places and know where I'm at. Getting a little bit of stutter today. Is this one first person only? Yes, so this server is first person only. Alright, let's see what I have. Not much. I got some leather gloves. I got a bone knife. Some food. Let's go ahead and eat this. Alright, I'm getting audio and on my headset and audio from desktop. So it looks like we should be up and running now. I think I want to start at the top of this town and make my way through, because somehow I can't remember if this is the server that I was playing with some new players, and trying to build the Dayz level by level gaming Discord. The link is in the description. Oh, I drew the attention of a zombie. I think I just, do I want to beat him with my fists, or do I want to use my knife? Now let's just start right up here. All right, what do we got? Let's see here. All right. So we are on KarmaKrew Chernarus number 3. First person. And I don't know the name of this town yet. So spray paint. So you can spray paint stuff on this server. Okay. Let's look at the name of the town. I have no idea how many people are on this server right now. KAM. I am in Kamshovo. Alright, so let's see what life has for us in Kamshovo. A whole lot of nothing. Oh, well, no, those are hiking pants. Now, I've already got gloves, so I don't need to make rags. I could make rags for a rope if I really wanted to. Is that necessary? Oh, I just heard a gunshot. So we are not alone. I might start making rags for a rope belt. 3 rags. Alright. Let's see here. We are not alone, guys. I heard a gunshot. Now it sounded like a slight gunshot or a faint gunshot. I don't know if it translated on y'all's screen or not. All right, the first half of 6. Do I want the motorbike helmet? If I got the motorbike helmet on, it's more protection. My view is limited, but until I meet somebody and start talking, I think I'll take the protection. Let's see if we can't gink this. Oh, it caught me. That's all right. Come on. All right, so now an upside might be that if you are muffled a tad, they won't be able to hear you fight the zombies as much. All right. Oh, these zombies, they are the worst. Oh, did my knife ruin? Yep. I ruined my bone knife right off the bat fighting zombies. And I've only cut a few rags. I probably should have saved that bone knife. Let's see if we encounter any more knives. There would have been some more rags. I guess I didn't want to destroy my gloves. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Buddy. Ooh, that was me being cocky. Let's go ahead and take care of that. There is a police station up here. Now, if I'm not alone, that would be the hub of the action right there. I've been playing on my Steam Deck, and what has happened is I have become weirdly cross control confused, I guess is the word I'm looking for, and I'm having to switch back and forth. So here, chicken. Wouldn't be bad, but I'm doing okay on food and water, so I'm not sure I want to mess with the chicken just yet. I think I'd rather just see what all this town has for me. I'm not just going to rush straight to the police station, however. Capri pants. There's one of those old ladies on. Oh, and it's aggroed. So, yes, there is definitely somebody through here. That zombie's been aggroed. She's seen somebody. I always miss that uppercut. Ah! Every time. It's because of the stunning effect. And none of them had anything. Ooh, knee-high sneakers, and they are pristine. Nice, nice, nice. That is something new. I've never seen that before. Interesting. And it's like they're a maybe they provide some type of protection, which is unknown to me at this time, how they work. Kitchen timer, gas stove. Now, something I've noticed with an update with the official servers is I do believe there's more loot on the official servers than there have been in the past. Maybe that's just me. But nothing like some of these modded community servers where they have just the most interesting things. That's not better than what I have. Now my gloves are going to be damaged from all this fist fighting. we have just about cleared the first street here. Something I am noticing is different from the official servers I've been playing is there is every so often a bit more stutter here. I don't know if that's more stuff spawning in. I know when I play my official server, when other players spawn in with a lot of gear in their inventory, whenever zombies spawn in, it gives me a bit of a stutter. Nothing. I don't know if that same effect is happening here on this. And if I'm not alone other than these clothes, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's already looted here. If somebody else came through here. Now I don't see a bunch of dead zombies or corpses. There's a pack. Yes. We'll take a damaged school pack. Goggles. I wonder how that affects, if that adds any protection or not. If it's just eyewear for looks, or do goggles provide any kind of protection? A lot of hiking pants. Is that what you start the game with? I'm wondering if these are all from people. I've already got a hoodie. Hoodies are better than the shirts. Lots of clothing I could have been stripping up. I just got to find some kind of knife. Sometimes the zombies have steak knives on them. See, there's rags. So yes, I'm not alone. Not alone, guys, not alone. I think 30 to 60 minutes after you create something and lay it down on the ground, I think it despawns. There's a leather sewing kit and a ball bat. So I do have some kind of weapon now. And a way to fix some things. Flashlight with no battery. Oh, you know what, guys? If it gets nighttime and you guys are watching, you can't really see. Yep, there's another gunshot. Come on. Oh, yes. All right. Sometimes Daisy giveth, and sometimes Daisy taketh away. Let's go back and get some of these rags. I just want to make a rope belt. That can be deconstructed for fishing later on. it is damaged, so I'm not going to get that much out of it. But I will get enough to make my rope, which is what I wanted. Craft rope. And I think the quality of the items that you craft, yeah, that's worn. I think if I would have crafted the rope or created it out of all pristine rags, then you get a pristine item. So I would have gotten a pristine rope. Yeah, the levels of all this is going to be worn. However, I can now attach that knife, and I've got it in a quick slot, and it won't make a whole lot of noise coming out. I don't think that really matters too much, and it takes up less inventory, and that is the crucial takeaway, is it takes less inventory. Alright, so let's hit some of these back row houses. That's the front row. I'm not sure how long it takes zombies to come back. That's halfway in the wall. That's kind of strange. How do I... Oh. You gotta be quicker than that. Pretty sure I checked that house. Maybe not. Can't remember. Check it again. Yeah, because I set down that helmet. Pretty sure I checked that house. So let's go down the main road here, the main street. We're inching closer to the police station. Spandex leggings. Medium insulation. Well, that's rocks. Well, no. Yeah. Wild. I've got on the spandex. Never would I ever in real life IRL be wearing spandex. I wouldn't wish that on the world. Now, a radar cap is good insulation. It doesn't impede my vision. It provides no protection, but I think I would rather have that right now, and I can speak to somebody and they can hear me. Wild. There's the police station getting closer, but I don't want to miss my houses, my second row houses here. And my sheds. There's the door. Finding some barbed wire would be nice. Already been in that house. Farming hoe. Why not? I don't have anything else right now. It could be a melee weapon, or I could bury something or dig something up if I found somebody's loot. Absolutely nothing. I see somebody out there in viewer land. I appreciate you. I see you, whoever you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just want to check this shed. Alright. Do one thing right quick. Alright, let's see here. So I've got one view out there. Appreciate you. Did I check this outhouse? Apparently I did not, because there is a Makarov. Alright, now has no magazine. It is a pristine Makarov. Now, I have owned a little small 380 pistol before. There's my police zombie. And they are aggroed, so yes, people have been through here. I don't know how long they stay aggroed. With a thud. Why is he not letting me? It says plus. Is he glitched into the ground? Ah, that sucks. I can't even see what he has. Man. Zombie plus and he's glitched. Could have been something good. There's my other aggroed zombie. Come on. Smash. It might have just been 9 mils. Let's just assume that glitched zombie that I couldn't get anything off of is just something that's not that good. Make me feel a little better. Skirt. I do got on spandex, so oh, armbands. I wonder. Let's throw one of them bad boys on, and then that way, if I meet, let's take one too. If I make a friend, we can be a part of the pink team. Now apparently the pink team has already come through here. You never know. Might make a friend. Jeans. Now obviously I like jeans better than spandex. There we go. Now we're looking like a proper dude. I wonder if spandex can be torn down into rags. Should be kind of interesting. Should we kill the zombie before we... Smash! The pink team's already been through. I don't know what there is to glean that's still left. Heavy labor jacket. Pristine medium installation. Pristine medium installation. Now, 1, 2, 3 by 3. Hoodie is 3, 4, 5 by 3. The hoodie is absolutely better. More of these hiking pants and a flashlight that doesn't have a battery. Now, I 100% expect this to be looted already. Now, interesting. There is a shotgun on the ground here. It doesn't have any bullets, but I will trade the farm and hoe out for a shotty. And I'll put that in a quick slot because you never know now. Huh. So there was something to be found here. Wow. And it's got a magazine. Can I wear it? Can I put it somewhere? Jeans. Let's eat this. See, I don't know how to read these different levels on KarmaKrew. Okay, the old school backpack should have enough room for that, and I can quick slot that as well. And it was behind the door. So I'm pretty sure Pink Crew came through and maybe they missed that. Now I have to make a decision. I'm going to drink some water. Finish looting this little town here. Alright. It's going to take about 20 or so sips. Just checking my map. See if I want, what I want to do. Do I want to go inland? So directly inland, let's see what we got. So follow the road north. Where is it taking me? I'm still not full. I don't want to vomit. Directly inland, following the north road, there are some houses on the way out. and the little town on your right. Now, if I go south, I go into Electro, and I would think Electro would be a hotbed, hot zone. The reward usually is for going inland, and there is a military camp. There is some better stuff. Oh, am I going to throw up because I wasn't paying attention, guys? Let's see. I think I want to go inland. I don't know if I want to wade into the weeds of Electro. I mean, that might be where I heard them shots coming from, though, which means I could run into somebody. My character isn't geared too good, but I think my best payoff, it might be a little slow going in. I don't have anybody in viewer land right now anyway. My better payoff might be just to hit these houses on the way out of town and hit inland, because I might be able to run into some more things. Okay, so I didn't throw up. Do I own a bottle? Do I own any kind of way? No. Only reason I'm hanging on to that flashlight, guys, is the stream gets really dark on y'all when it gets to be nighttime, and if I run in any kind of nighttime while I'm still streaming, tomato seeds. Now, with a farming hoe and some water, I could plant crops, but I've never done that, and I don't know if I'm going to start today. Ooh, I like that. Nice. I'm looking like a proper bandit. Skate helmet. If I was absolutely after protection, I would have kept the motorbike helmet. And a green one isn't bad because it's subdued. But gas canisters and the stovetops are good to have in the woods for cooking, and you don't make a smoke signal to let everybody know that you're in town. Nothing. Oh, wait for it. What is that? Oh, it's a lighter. It's not bad to have. Turning into a proper loot hoarder now. Alright, let's head inland. Now, I kind of wish this was first and third, because on these long road trips, I do enjoy having the third person view, being able to see the character, but workman boots, these are pristine. I think, now I do have a leather kit that if I needed, do I have a leather kit? Yeah, I have a leather kit, so if I needed to fix these, what is better? I think I'm going to keep my sneakers, my knee-high sneakers. I mean, worker boots are better protection. They're higher insulation. These are medium insulation. So I think they're quieter, and they are pristine, so I'll get some more wear out of them. Now, leading out of town, what do we have? Let's look at the map. Okay, so we got our first hunting stand. Let's see what kind of goodies we have at our first hunting stand. and this will give me a chance to see what kind of durability the knee-high sneakers have. Ooh, nice. Nice, y'all, nice. I will absolutely trade out a damaged steak knife for a worn hunting knife. But I will keep that because if I need to cut up something, an animal or something of that nature, rags, cut some bark, I'd rather waste the steak knife first before I use my hunting knife. Now, in hand-to-hand combat, the hunting knife is superior. Let's find the road. Where was the road? There's a road. There it is. Okay, looking for the road. And we are going to crest this hill and follow the road around. See what we can see. Here it is. All right. All right, we're going to follow the road around, and it should lead to a little town, Tolga. And we'll loot Tolga. Now, some shotgun shells would be nice in Tolga, and some type of way to carry water. Did I run off the road? No, I did not. So Tolga should be coming up here on our right, and I would think that might be what those power lines lead to, is Tolga. Oh, I see somebody's hopped on out there in viewer land. I appreciate you. I see you. We are on KarmaKrew, server number 3, and I'm just checking my other stuff here, making sure you can see me and hear me. All right, and everything looks good. All right, so welcome out there in viewer land. Welcome. We're going to follow this road to a little town called Tolga. We're going to loot Tolga. And then we're going to continue on in our northwest northern expansion. So from what I can see on the map, this set of power lines leads into the town, this little small service road. Oh, look at that. Now, are we going into night or are we going into morning? I'm hoping I can find a battery for that flashlight in this little town, so y'all won't be in the complete dark. Now, if I was just playing for me and I wasn't worried about streaming, I would absolutely not ever activate the glow stick, which I don't have anymore. I think I threw it down. Yeah, I don't have a glow stick anymore. Oh, I did not put... Oh, I kept that armband in case I run into a friend. There it is. There's Tolga. That's the town I came from. And there's Tolga. Nothing on the bench. Now, as often as I've found stuff spawning in benches, that leads me to believe that I might not be alone or I'm not too far behind somebody in this town right here. I'm going to look out over the town and I'm going to see if I can spot anybody. Now we are not coming down the main road into town, I don't think. I think I see a large road leading in, which I don't mind because that gives me a chance to visually just look out and scope the area real quick. Oh, open doors. And spawned zombies already. Now that doesn't necessarily mean too much because I found a shotgun in the previous town that was obviously left behind or missed. So that's a worn Tarkov. I have a pristine, but this does have a round and a magazine in it. So let's kick that out. Let's trade. Load. And load our magazine. Alright, so we have a loaded Tarkov and we have a loaded MP45. The sun is right in my eyes, and I can't tell if we're sun setting or daylight. If we're coming up on daylight. If it's going into nighttime, I just really would love to find a flashlight battery. There's a bison, and it shoots the 380 rounds. I already have an MP 45. Means I have to drop the baseball bat, which would be fine. It's damaged. Let's see here. I mean, it could be a decent backup for my 45. I do have bullets for it. Alright, so the bison is loaded and quick slotted. I think I'd rather switch those. Switch that. And switch that. Mr. Creeper Man, you can keep right on going that way. I'm gonna keep track of how I'm coming into town here. particularly I want. Is that the way that I came in? I piqued his interest, but he missed me. Oh no, there he is. No, I don't have a bat. Traded it out for bison. Oh, I've already been here. Okay, that's why I said I needed to not lose track of which way I came into town. So I've been to that house. I've been to the log cabin. So it makes this one next. Disinfectant spray, that's good to have for cutting rags and making bandages, which I am lower on bandage than I want to be, so it might be a good idea to just have something on standby. I don't foresee any hospitals nearby that I can pick up some more disinfectant bandages. Not better than my radar cap. I have been caught absolutely with my pants down, not having enough rags to be able to heal yourself and get eat up by zombies and then get a blood infection and then die. Glow stick. Now, which one takes up less space? The alcohol or the disinfectant? Wait a second, what kind of shotgun is this? Is that an over-under? That is an over-under. Is it better than this? I mean, you get 2 shots off, and you can load 2 at a time. I got no rounds for it. But yes, that is an over-under shotgun. I likey. Me likey. Me likey. And I think I will trade out the bison for that quick slot there. I mean, that is definitely something to try. Is that more of a subdued color? I think so. Big pink armband. Semi-auto good. I didn't have to figure out how to put that thing in semi-auto. I prefer semi-auto. So my character is getting better as far as being subdued. I did put that pink armband on, but that was just because I wanted to keep one in case I make a friend. I believe I'm coming into sunup, which is phenomenal. How awesome would some shotgun shells be, y'all? And there's a battery for the flashlight. Ooh, a sledgehammer. That is like the pinnacle of hand-to-hand melee damage. I think I'll be all right. There's the door. Oh, they just give you all kinds of good hand-to-hand. Car battery I don't need. A couple houses side by side. Another battery if I wanted it. That flashlight will just be a battery holder for now, because if I'm coming into daylight, I very seriously doubt I'll need it. 7.62, about 2.5 rounds. That is for that Tarkov semi submachine gun that's laying around sometimes. I think I like that one even better. Been playing the magical hoodie game. Oh yeah, now I'm starting to come together. And those sneakers are still pristine, so I'm getting some pretty decent wear out of them. Better than I thought. Don't want to miss this shed back here. Did I already look in it? Yeah. Yeah, because that's where the car battery is. What is that? What are those? A winter parka, and it is high insulation. Yes, sir. Now it needs to be repaired. It is damaged. I wonder. No, it's going to be either. It's not going to be a leather item. But I like that, guys. I like that. There's another one of these. No, that's a repeater. Not better than what I have. And it does shoot the 357 Magnum round, which is a decently powered round. A dried tomato, which which my food is getting kind of low. I do have other food sources. Let me just go ahead and eat this tomato. That's the way I came into town. There's nothing else that way. Ooh, that tomato did really good for my food. I'm about to get into a storm. Great. The lovely, lovely weather of Dayz. Can't believe I haven't seen a single zombie after I killed the old man. Do I want to make one more round of rags? Let's make one more round and just make sure those are disinfected. Disinfected rags. So I've got disinfected rags and I can heal myself if necessary. Whoa. What is that? What are those? 9mm rounds. I absolutely believe that it is pristine. This is going to beat this all day long. In fact, I know I've got a 45 and it is not loaded as nearly as many rounds as this. That might be my number one go-to. Do I want to keep this? It's weighing me down. It shoots a 45 shoots a harder hitting round, but it's taking up one of my spots. It's only got a couple rounds for it, but this is pretty decently stacked, and it's pristine, and the magazine is pristine. So I kind of think that as far as carry weight and inventory management, I'm better off with the 9 for a close call. Yeah. All right, and now before we wade out into the storm, let's check our map. Let's see where I want to go next. Now there is a hunting stand on the way to there. I think I'm going to head back down the road. I'm going to hit this hunting stand that's at the edge of this clearing. Head back down the road, there's another hunting stand, and then another town, MCTA, Mesta will be next. Let's take a quick drink. know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's not alcohol. All right, let's get wet. See if I can't gink this thing. It's raining, so maybe they can't hear me. Don't know what it's going to have on it. Oh, come on. Which way are you going? Yeek. Yeek. Alright. Now, there is going to be, on the outside edge of town, here is going to be a hunting stand. Oh, there is a well in this town. That's a good thing. Where was that? I am way over here, I think. Was there a hunting stand? I guess not. I thought there was. But there is a well I missed somewhere. And I think it is back up here. And I will get me a drink of water before I leave. It's going to be at the end of the main road that leads into town on the right. This is the main road leading into town. There's a car crash, or the possibility of a car. There it is. All right. So 20 sips and then we're off. And we are going to hit the main road to the edge of the clearing. And then from the edge of the clearing, we are going to go west to hit a hunting stand. Of course, my guy's going to be freezing. Oh, that was some brass knuckles. That's like a really good melee, hand to hand. I might have to take those with me and save my hunting knife for these random zombie encounters. Alright, come on, buddy. Come on. I know you're ready. There we go. Alright, you're ready to get in out of the rain. And let's make that a quick slot of its own. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay, so we are going to, there's the main road here. Recheck my map. Now, there is the main road, and then leading out of town, there's a clearing, and that is going to have a hunting stand on the skirts of it. So main road. Excuse me. And this really depends on what kind of route I want to take. If I go west, I have the possibility of running into some more hunting stands. Okay, there is going to be a hunting stand up here on my left. There it is. Shotgun shells will be nice. Thought I saw the hunting stand. Did I see a hunting stand? There it is. Yeah. Now I'm going to have to wring my clothes out, and I'm going to go ahead and do that when I get to the top of this hunting stand, because I do not have antibiotics. Or, ooh, nice. Yes, please, and thank you. There we go. Warm and tough, but uncomfortable boots. Warm, tough, but uncomfortable. I think in the zombie apocalypse, uncomfortable would be the last thing I'm worried about. Alright, so let's wring out the winter coat. Let's wring out the jeans. My hat. I am really digging this aesthetic here. I don't think you can wring out leather gloves, and you might be able to wring this out. What are the chances of me running into a buddy though? And if I do, we can make our own armbands. Why am I hoarding another team's armband? Unless I'd want to confuse them if they're still, if Team Pink is still out there running around, and they saw me, but then they should know their own teammates. So I guess what I want to do is I want to, if I'm going to be making some wood treks, there's a possibility of a crash. If I follow this main road, what is going to put me in the path of the most stoof? Definitely not that way. Now, there is a castle. If I go that way back out, I can hit a couple of more. There are a couple of more. If I follow that little road that I came in back out of town, there are a couple of more hunting stands, it looks like, and there is a castle. Castles are always really good for sniper type rifles. You have your Tundras, your Savannahs. I found shotgun shells there. Not really into the metal armor. It's good. It provides a lot of protection, but it's loud and heavy. Not sure if that's the direction I want to go. So I think I'm going to follow the logging road out. Hit the additional tree stands. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to follow the logging road out. Let my character catch his breath. So they're after another road that branches off to our left. There'll be a clearing on the left that has a hunting stand in it, judging from the map. So I see you out there in viewer land. I appreciate you, whoever you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing on KarmaKrew, and I'm on the red trail leading out of Tolga. And this particular character, let's see where we're at here. This particular character has a shoddy, some green jeans, some leather boots, a leather type jacket here, or a winter type jacket. It's not leather because I couldn't repair it. It's some type of canvas or cloth. And there we go. So that's where we're at. We've got a couple different weapons to defend ourselves. No shotgun shells though. I like this over-under shotgun that is featured in KarmaKrew. I really like it. I like the double-barreled shotgun. I actually traded the pump shotgun, which has more. Ooh, that's nice. Multivitamins. I traded a pump shotgun for the over-under because I like having 2 consecutive shots rather than having to fire 1 shot and then reload, even though the pump shotgun has 5 shots, I believe, 4, 1 in the chamber. Alright, so here is our clearing and there's our castle. So there is going to be a hunt stand somewhere up here in the woods, in the wood line here. And then we are going to continue on to the castle. So whoever you are in viewer land, if you're just joining us, that's the state of affairs with my character. This is a first person only server, so what that means is when you aim, there's no little intermediate crosshair on the screen that kind of gives you a general idea where you're pointing, and you have to aim down the sights to get an accurate shot. So shooting from the hip really is shooting from the hip, and you can't switch into a third person view. And now for these little road trips and walking sim sections that you inevitably run into, there's the hunt stand, that you inevitably run into with Dayz, it kind of sucks that you can't go into a third person view. I think the idea behind first person only is immersion, and like I said, with that aiming from the hip really being aiming from the hip, that's adding to it. So tactical leg holster. Alright, so what am I doing? Where does that go? Does that go here? How do you wear a leg holster? How do you equip a leg holster, guys? Oh, I bet that has to be on a belt, and it has to be, I bet it's a belt, and it has to be an official belt. So, and I bet it goes, you wear a belt, and it goes in the belt, hangs down by your hip. Oh, wait. Did I just do something? Ah, I just put a leg holster on. Now, if I had a pistol, which would be awesome if I found the 22 pistol, I would have an extra holster for it. Look at that. Where'd my knife go? Oh, you trade one thing for the other. Is that worth it? Nah, it's not worth it. Not right now. A belt, I see. A belt with a S, but you can't. Does it also act as a belt? And a pistol can go in it. Now this would need to be untie back into a rope, because the whole reason I kept a rope was to be able to do some fishing if I needed to feed myself. Kind of likey. I kind of likey. See, it's learning these new features and things that are coming along with a new type of server, because I have never been a community server type guy, and I'm getting thrown for a loop with some of the things that this offers, that this has to offer. A little bit of inventory management. That winter parka has a lot of space, and I like the idea of being able to grab something big on the go, on the run. Okay. All right. Enough of the boring stuff. Ooh. Drop. And I'm out of energy drink. Alright, whoever you are out there in viewer land, if you ever feel like chatting, I'm available. You can just throw that thing up in there and up on chat, and we will converse if you feel like it. If you don't, I understand, that's perfectly fine. Oh, what's up, man? I do got somebody in chat. What is happening? Nice. Nice, nice. Awesome. Let's check out this castle, John. I don't know if I've ever seen you in chat before. Nice to have you, man. If you are, if it's somebody I've talked to before, I apologize if I didn't recognize you. We're just going to check this castle out. GPS receiver. I don't really need a GPS receiver. Now, when I was playing, before I started streaming and I was playing a little more immersive, I refused to use iSurvive. I refused. I clicked on the stream because YouTube recommended. Oh, nice. I appreciate YouTube. The algorithm picking me up, picking up the small guy. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, good deal. Well, John, if you're out there playing DayZ, not just watching, if you want to jump on and we can meet up and possibly make a run together, man, I'm all down for it. I also have, if you look in the chat there, John, I have a link for the Discord. I got a couple guys that we hang out on Discord and play together when we can, from all over the world. And I think that is the most awesome thing about DayZ. DayZ is cruel. It doesn't hold your hand. It is punishing. And I had somebody ask me one time before if I was worried about stream snipers, and honestly, I know that's a problem. I'm not super stupid worried about it because I'm such a small time guy. I don't really have much to gain. I know there are a lot of trolls that just like to do that kind of thing, but it really doesn't bother me. I prefer to build a community and have people to play with than I worry about my gear fear. So I don't mind hopping on the stream, letting people know where I'm at, sharing my Discord, and let's play together. So, all right. I got a press vest. Hey, 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 hey. I don't plan on getting a crossbow or any kind of bow and arrows, so I'm not really going to worry about that bolt. Is there anything up here? Yeah, John, I absolutely appreciate you jumping in and hopping in chat. Look at that right there. Now, I have been saving my hunting knives, and if I got to take out a zombie hand to hand, there should be only one in this castle. Three shots and you're down. Let's see what John's talking about over here. Let me get off to the side so I can conversate. Okay. Okay, John's saying he doesn't play DayZ. Oh, yeah. You do have to buy it. It is $60. Oh, so you don't like, or you're not playing it right now, but you do like watching it, you know, and I totally get that, man. I've been there myself. There's quite a few games that I'm watching right now that I don't own. And I'm only streaming DayZ right now because I'm learning how to stream. I'm trying to build a streaming audience and people that like watching me play games. And more importantly, you know, chatting back and forth and that kind of thing. And I do have some other games on the list that I do want to stream. There is a game that I got on sale on Steam for a couple bucks. It's called This War of Mine that I'm highly interested in streaming. And I've got other games that I enjoy playing. And I do a lot of retro. If you look at my channel, my YouTube channel, and you decide to subscribe, I just put out a retro short today about the classic game called Donkey Kong. So, yeah, I'm really into retro, but I'm pretty eclectic too. So we are on the Blue Trail. Let's see here. What is the Blue Trail from the castle? That either goes north or south. I don't really want to go south because that's taking me back to Electro, and I came from that way. That is not where I want to go. I want to go north. So if I'm looking at the sun is rising to my right, that would be the sun rises in the east, sets in the west, east, west, north, south. Yeah, I'm a little slow sometimes, guys, so bear with me. So I do believe this would be heading north on the Blue Trail. And that means if my figurating is correct, I will be passing a trail, or passing the red trail, intersecting with the red trail, which is what I want, because I'm going to Mista. M-S-T-A, Mitsa. I am also very bad at these Russian translations and pronunciations. All right. Good day from Australia. XB, what's up, man? What is going on? And that is the correct way to navigate. Nice. Thank you for helping this old man trying to play DayZ and trying to learn the game. That is awesome. Okay, yes. All right. So, fun fact, or maybe not a fun fact, maybe a boring hint into my life, is I am a huge Ford fan. And because I grew up a Ford fan, my dad worked for Ford in Michigan, United States, and there are some awesome Ford cars that went down some serious rabbit holes that have come out of Australia. And there is a Ford motor that is inline six for a sports car from Ford, or maybe it's a sports coupe from Ford that comes out of Australia, that if I could afford to buy to put in one of my project cars, I absolutely would. So that is my fanboy. It looks like you have a picture of some type of coupe or some type of car. That's what your tag is a Ford, dude. Dude, small world. That is so awesome. Is it a Ford Falcon? Maybe. Oh man, and here I'm talking about how a fanboy am, and I can't quite remember the name of the car that I'm geeking over right now. But it had an inline six that we didn't get in the United States, and I have an inline six in my pickup truck that I've had since I was 17. That is just an absolute monster of a motor for a six cylinder. I've got like 400,000 miles on it before I decided to park it, and I never did do anything with that motor, but it got me into inline six performance and power by Ford, and that led me down the rabbit hole to the famous Australian inline six motors. So it is an XBGT coupe. The Barra, I'm talking about the Barra. Nice, nice. Man, I have no idea how much one of those things would cost to get to the States, if they even exist, if they're still floating around out there. Because I went down these rabbit holes years and years ago when I was a young man, and I was looking into my Ford Performance. So, an XGPT coupe. Now I'm going to be down another rabbit hole. Thanks a lot, XB. So, there we go. They're everywhere. Nice, nice. Interceptor. That is highly possible. You know, being an 80s kid and really being in, Mad Max just blew up. And yes, it is exactly the same car. So Mad Max gained such a cult following in the States, especially amongst 80s kids, especially amongst enthusiasts of the genre. And the car files, the guys that are just super into cars, that car culture, and that what's the word I'm looking for? The post-apocalyptic thing with Fallout and all the things that have just become super popular. And then the new iterations of Mad Max. Mad Max really gained a foothold, but there's nothing like the Mel Gibson originals. They're gritty, they're raw, and unpolished, and just in a good way. So yes, I can fanboy a little bit about Mad Max, but I didn't ever really know the cars. And I kind of see the same thing happening to me here. I don't know Russian cars very well. It throws me for a loop. I've only been to the Czech Republic as far as my European travels in staying in any other country for any given time. My wife and I went to the Czech Republic, and there were cars and emblems and symbols on hoods I've never seen before. So I don't really know Soviet bloc vehicles. I know more about Soviet era weaponry than I do about Soviet era cars. So, I wish I knew more about cars from all around the world. Get out of here. Get out of here. Guys, if you can't see chat right now, XB was an extra in Thunderdome, and his car was in the movie. Wow. There was I don't know if I could even stop and get into the how cool that is. In fact, I grew up near a town called Wilmington, North Carolina, which was a huge in the movie industry in the United States. And I had a buddy who had a Z28 80s model Camaro that was in a low budget, underrated film called Black Dog. It had Patrick Swayze, I believe, was the main characters. Very Roadhouse-ish. And it was a car movie. He was a big truck driver, and there was a car in there that was a black Z78. That was his car. And he had the fuel tank in the back, the little mini fuel tank. So if there's an accident, it had a roll cage in it and all these other things that has to be for an extra car. And that was his car when we were teens in high school. And that was for an 80s era film. So that is so cool. So Barra, delete the CUDA, and you have a Barra. Okay, nice. So it's the Ford Barra is what I was fanboying over. And then now I'm fanboying over Mad Max. So XB, if you're interested, there's a link to my Discord. And I'd love for you to join the Dayz team if you're interested. And if not, I just appreciate having you on the chat, dude, because it's super interesting. And I'm psyched to be the first person that I've talked to on my stream from Australia. So, and I've talked from people all over the world on this game: Russia, Germany, Sweden, it just never, Canada. It just never ceases to amaze playing this game what you run into. They're worn. These boots are way better. And is that better than my radar cap? No. So now I'm just walking and chatting. So, and that is awesome. You're a 70s man. So you've got me by a little under a decade. Well, no, actually. So if you're 70s, if you're mid 70s, I was born in 1980. And then I consider myself one of those people. There's a word for it, but I have backwards nostalgia because the way I grew up and the type of things we watched on TV, we watched a lot of older shows and a lot of older things, and I was exposed to more older stuff, pop culture, than I was newer, because my dad was like 48 when I was born. So he was really into an older set of things: music, movies, TV shows. And so I was born in the 80s, but I have backwards nostalgia more. I have a lot of 80s, late 70s, even 50s and 60s nostalgia. So I have a backwards nostalgia for 70s stuff and early 80s. I don't want rubber slugs, even though that would knock somebody down. I don't want to muddy up my inventory of weapons, of rounds here. So 1970, you got me by exactly a decade. That's going to be better than this right here. Do you play Dayz, XB? I kind of take that for granted that you play if you're watching the stream. If you play, man, if you play Dayz, it would be awesome to get together and play sometime. I'm trying to build a little community. Not that I'm trying to necessarily start a faction or whatever. I just learned about factions, and I am not the best Dayz player. So, not that I'm trying to be some kind of faction leader or anything like that. I'm just trying to build a little community of people that enjoy and have similar tastes. And not so necessarily similar tastes, because eclectic is good. Scroll up. Let's see here. Let's see what he's telling me to scroll up. XB. Oh yeah, you're saying that's the correct way to navigate. So I assume, yes, you do play. All right. The Discord link is at the very top. Let's see, scroll up. Yep. Yeah, we have similar tastes. We both enjoy the 50s. Let's see here. What do I got? There's more of those 7.62 by 2.5. Those go to a specific submachine gun that I don't own, and it's a World War II era Tokarov or something like that. I'm not really sure. Like I said, might not be totally up on that. So did we lose John? John might be out there somewhere. John still might be out there somewhere. Am I walking around in circles at this point? There's the road coming into town. Okay, we're in the main part of town now. And I did not catch the name of this town. I'm gonna have to look on my map. So this DayZ is modded. It's called KarmaKrew. It's lightly modded, I think, as far as like the essence and feel of it. I am more of a classic official player. I wanted to get decent at the game playing classic and vanilla way before I started getting into the weeds of modded servers. However, KarmaKrew servers got very much recommended, and it still feels very, it's a very lightly modded server. I think they've added a few additional spots and houses for a little more extra content to fill out the emptiness, the walking sim part of the game. And there's definitely better clothes or different clothing. There's definitely better guns, but it still doesn't feel like they just cram stuff down your throat. So it's too easy. I mean, I'm not finding DMRs in level 1 towns here. So I don't get the feel that it's modded so much that you don't get a more of a classic feel than one of these super modded. Some of the first community servers I ever tried, they go way out in the left field, man. Not that it's not fun. There was one that I tried called Avalon that is supposed to be a map of California, or an island off of California, and it got me off in the weeds as far as like how much content and how different the map is and how different the buildings are, and some of them are community created buildings, and this looks and feels gritty and feels like DayZ and doesn't feel like a foreign world, like a foreign planet. On the one on Avalon, I play that every now and then, just for the heck of it, but it just felt so foreign and felt like I landed on a DayZ-esque planet, not DayZ. So let's see here. They have their own Aussie servers with AI. Nice. Now I have seen that. I have not tried a server with AI. There's one that pops up called Alone, DayZ Alone, and you have AI that hunts you. It goes towards sound. If you have to hunt for your food, and it has really good reviews. It is the next level of difficulty. Am I ready for that? I don't know, because like I said, I've been playing, I put about 900 hours into the game, playing a lot of empty servers and official servers with other players in it to learn how to not starve, to get eat by zombies. You know, I put a lot of time in playing empty servers to learn the game and try to learn the map. And then I went from there, I went from doing that, putting a ton of time in just learning how to craft and things like that, into then venturing out into servers that have a lot of players so I could have more interactions. And my next evolution, as far as me personally and my evolution in the game, is to try to do some community servers, which will lead me into some PvP servers, just so I can build my PvP. My PvP is garbage sometimes, guys. I will never allude to being Sniper McSnipums in DayZ. So, and in fact, like walking around as willy-nilly as I've been and not being guarded, there were some gunshots off in the distance in this server. I know I'm not alone. The first town that I landed in this stream when nobody was hanging out with me yet, there was obvious signs of recent interaction with the environment. The zombies were aggroed. A bunch of the gear was missing. You know, things like that. It looked looted. I found some armed mans from what I'm going to call Team Pink. And then I heard gunshots in the next town over. So I wasn't alone in this server. I don't know how many people was on this server, but I wasn't alone in it. And for me to be willy-nilly just drinking out of a well, you know, that just, listen, I'm focused more on hanging out with y'all, talking and getting some content in and playing the game and learning some new things. And I'm super worried about stalking through the world and trying to get some sniper kills or whatever. So there we go. I'm full. I don't want to vomit. Now, I might stop being so chatty Cathy whenever I get closer to a larger town, and I do believe I might have some interaction, negative or positive. So I might focus a little more on playing. Right now I'm kind of in autopilot, doing the loot hoarding thing. Lunch meat, nice, okay. Survival games are definitely their own thing, and if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. What is this? Is this lunch meat? It's not dog food, it's lunch meat. Now this should, I can walk and eat at the same time. There's a snub nose 3357. $28,000 experience. Good God Almighty, XB. That is super impressive. So, food and water first, then you're set to learn the map and then explore. Yes, so exactly. That's exactly was my mentality coming into this game. Was coming into learning this game is, and that's why I've been playing Chernarus. I've only ever ventured off into Lenovo. I was about to say Lenovo. That's a computer company. Livonia was just like out of curiosity, and I didn't really stay on there because I felt like I don't even know Chernarus. I'm lost. I'm lost all the time. Have no idea. And I used to abhor using I Survive because I felt like it was a crutch, and I felt like it was taking away from my learning the lay of the land. Did that zombie just pop in? Wow. And now when I started streaming, I realized that I couldn't pronounce anything. I didn't know. I was running around in circles in the woods or doing big loops and ending them back at the coast and all this weird stuff. So I started using I Survive to assist in my streaming. So, oh, that's right. I'm not using a knife. I'm using the brass knuckles. I was about to try to gank that guy. Did I hear growling? That was strange. I heard something on my headset that sounded faintly like growling, and is there wolves in this area? Huh. Never get gear fear. Absolutely. And that is that. So when I first started playing the game, somebody that plays the game a lot, one of my first interactions, that was their second word of advice. Their first word of advice was trust no one. Have I been great at that? No, because I tend to be a very friendly player, or at least until I get to military bases or somebody shows aggression to me first. I will and have very actively defended myself. I've never hunted freshies. I've never I say never. Maybe once or twice I just got an itch and shot somebody at a distance and didn't know them from Adam. But I've typically played a more friendly character, and that gets you killed more often than not in this game, and I get it. But I really get a better kick out of meeting somebody, hanging out, and running together. Now, 2's companies and 3's a crowd, and my dynamics change a little bit whenever there's like a couple of us running, 1 or 2 of us together, and then I change more into it's us against the world. But at first, I really do enjoy meeting somebody and running with them, and especially somebody that has less experience than me and don't I'm able to tell them things like, hey, this is how you do this is how you do that. Very rewarding, very rewarding. So KarmaKrew is not a friendly server. Yes. What is there really such a thing? But yes, it is a lot of kill on sight. So see, I'm backtracking. I'm running my mouth and I'm getting turned in circles. So this is the main dragon in town. These are the houses I've already been through. I've already been through the community house. I've already been through the pub. I got turned around in those log cabins back there. Oh, there is somebody's fort. Not cool. Not cool. And I've got the attention of a zombie. So, okay guys, my whole look on this town has just changed. Power lines always lead towards town. Okay, let me take care of the zombie. Okay, she's down. Now, I have wandered into somebody's town that they have claimed for themselves. So KarmaKrew is not a friendly server. Yeah, you know, I think the people that I've played KarmaKrew with have been the people that I've met, like XB and John and other people that are in chat today, and they made the decision to meet up and play. And we met on KarmaKrew and played here, and we were we were met with hostility. So flag is up means somebody's there or near. I might get waxed, guys. I might get waxed. So XB, if the flag is up, is there a time frame? Are we talking 30 minutes to 60 minutes, like despawn type stuff? Or are we talking about actively in the building? And they can hear me running around outside their house right now. What are we talking here? What are we talking, brother? What are we talking? They can't see me out of the windows. Oh, they got them boarded up. Okay. Am I walking into my own death here? I thought I had a lockpick. Am I walking into my demise? Did I not have a lockpick? Did I set my lockpick down somewhere? I had a lockpick. Huh. To be sure, they wouldn't just use a locked door. Every couple hours the flag. No, that guy right there is way up to the top. And I could have swore I had a lockpick. And I'm trying to break into somebody's house. They are not going to take kindly to that. Maybe I'm getting confused. I'm getting myself confused, getting this character confused with another character I have playing. So I'm going to keep my firearm handy. And I'm going to keep a little more situational awareness, as I have wandered right into somebody's area. They're not better than those. I think I'm gonna loot and get out. patient. I guess if I was wanting to hang out somewhere and camp on them, would I even worry about that? Would that be something that would pique my interest? Oh no, XB, don't worry about it. Backseating is just fine, man. That's what it's all about, man. I didn't start a stream to talk to myself the whole time, which I do. You know, I don't call it backseating, man. That's the whole point. In fact, I kind of like it because I'm learning, and you know, the things that you put out don't just help me; it helps the people that are watching this, and maybe somebody that goes back and watches the stream after it's filmed. So, I didn't even see that guy. How much situation awareness I've got. Alright. Just a hat. Okay. I think my time in this little town is up, even though I'm not really sure. There's a hunting stand, and then I'll see where I'm at. Okay, so you have a server where you teach people how to play. That is very, very interesting, and if you guys didn't mind me sharing some content and using that, I would, if you want to send me some kind of invite or whatever in Discord. Oh, I just heard shots. I believe I heard shots. If you don't mind, let's see here, sharing that with me, I would absolutely check that server out. Never linger, never stay still, and never run through open fields. Yes, I can agree with that. Do I break those? Yes, not paying attention or just getting lax. I do like to not stay on, when I feel like I'm in a server that's pretty full, I don't like to stay near the open road. I like to move off into the wood line, and I don't like running across the top of hills. I like running through the middle of the hills. Yeah, concealment. So I don't know what this little town is, and I'm gonna find a tree and duck down behind it and then check my map. Get where I can at least see out in front of me. All right. What was that? Oh, that was Metsa. Yeah. That had to be Metsa. Metsa. So north of town. So I just believe I just visited the hunt stand that was leading out north. So what continues on? Oh, nice. To my west, to the west of this town, is some military tents and a gas zone. So leading out of town, maybe that's why they set their base up in this little small Mitsa town, because then they can raid into the military base and be pretty accessible. Maybe that's what they did. There's a better map, and it's interactive and always. What is the name of the better map? What's the name of the better map, XB? If it's an app, I'll put it on right now. Discord or exclamation mark Discord. Okay, so you put it in Discord for me. All right, hang on a second. Damn Dayz interactive map. Let me bring up. Why is my Discord? If I've got interaction in Discord, why is it not informing me? Oh, you don't see my Discord. Let me do this again. Let me do this again. LBL's Gamers Dayz. Invite to server. Copy. Let me do this again for y'all. There we go. Try that. Try that. See if that works for you. There's a all right, Dayz interactive map. If you can get onto my Discord and send some kind of link, or if I can just figure that out. I will definitely, I don't know if this is the run to do it, maybe so, because I've got about 30 more minutes that I have allotted for my stream before I have to do other life things. I did some retro content for my YouTube, so it took up the first part of my morning. I would have streamed longer, but I allotted myself till about noon on my first day off here to be able to relax, stream, chat, and hang out. So let's see here. There is that hunt stand. So that means the road curving out of town will lead me towards this military zone. I have no idea what Stragori? S-T-A-R-O-Y-E, Story. I'm gonna call it Story. So that's probably going to be my last raid or loot for this stream, because noon is time to do adult things and time to be a responsible guy on my day off. So got to do some stuff on the homestead. I take care of some chickens, check on the dogs. Got a couple. I got a shepherd and a Pyrenees that guards our chickens, so I got to collect some eggs, check on them, and I got to hop on the mower and mow a few acres of weeds. Wouldn't call it grass because I never planted anything out here. We only owned it a few years, and we kind of took over somebody else's homestead out here in the middle of nowhere. So still working on getting that going. So John, you got to go. Okay, bud. Well, I've got about, like I said, I got a few more minutes. I got 30 minutes of streaming anyway, so it was good to have you. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. Maybe we can change your mind and get you some funds or something and get you on some Dayz, since you like to watch but you never bought it and don't play. So maybe that's something that would be a personal goal for Mr. John out there. All right, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping in. Okay. Let me see here. Do I have any new activity on my Discord? No, I do not. So I'm on this trail leading out, and then I'm close to the military. So yeah, man, God bless to you too, John. I just was kind of glancing at the information or at the thing. God bless you too, brother. That's not the military, is it? Can you see the military from the hunt stand? I don't have... Do I have... See, there's stuff that I thought that I had that I don't. I must be getting my character so confused on some different servers because I could swear I could have swore I had binos. That looks like a farm. That don't look like military. Am I reading this wrong? I mean, it says there's, am I not where I think that I am? That looks like it's a farm. That don't look like no daggone military. I'm thinking I'm on this road that leads out, that left out of Missa. See, there is another hunt stand down there. Now, am I lost? Am I lost? No, that's military. I see the tents, and then there's a hunt stand down there. Oh, okay, I'm not lost. I know exactly where I'm at. Now, I'm absolutely breaking rules. I am in a field outside of a military camp, just running across willy-nilly. I don't have no weapons out. Oh, scent stuff. Nice. Oh, there's the car. Oh, dude. Man. XB, I'm going to hit you up on Discord after this stream when I can do some typing. Nice, man, nice. See, this is why I played AZ. This is why I started streaming. Just for this reason right here, man. It's not even... The gameplay is fun, and this feels like a little itch and a niche in my personality. But at the end of the day, I'm talking to somebody from Australia and geeking out over 70s and 80s car culture. Like, that's just so random. Such a small world too. I mean, we're such a global community, guys. That is what it's all about. Yeah, I got my Discord up on my second screen here with my streaming information and everything, so I just see some awesome stuff over here. Man, that is so cool. That is so cool. All right, kind of going to stop Chatty Cathy for a bit, and I'm going to focus. It's only you out there right now, XB. It's me and you now, bud. It's me and you. John's left, so let's try to get in and out. And oh, how did I not see where he's coming from? Where is he? There he is. They're way outside of the field. I'm not really interested in that vest he's wearing. I'm more interested in a quick kill. So I'll use my knife, not my brass knuckles. So let's do this. Let's be a little more stealthy about this. And XB, at any point in time, if you're clenching your fist and, oh, you're such a noob. You know, because I did not spend a whole lot of time in my measly time here on this type of stuff, combat and sneaking and whatnot. So this is a new evolution for me. Okay, I don't see anybody in that tent. I don't see anybody. Oh, Blacksmith, what's up, brother? I do believe I've talked to you before. Either that or somebody with a very, very similar name. Good luck out there. Yeah. Yeah, Blacksmith, you seem familiar, man. That name seems familiar. Oh, there's a zombie. I don't think anybody's been through here, or I'm not. Just when you think you're not, or you think you are alone in DayZ, you're being stalked, or somebody's getting ready to snipe you. So I don't want to say that I'm alone. It doesn't show immediate signs to me that somebody's been through here. Let's see. The 9x39. That's for that really cool. The 9x39. That's that really cool silenced rifle. That's a hard hitting round in real life. Subsonic round. Oh, McSnipe. Nice. Yeah, you're with, yeah, I knew I recognized you. I hear him. Where is he? There he is. I think I don't want to be running around with just loose zombies. And since I don't really think that somebody else is around, I'll go ahead and take him out. Just because I don't want to be running around in this tent, aggroing, and he just wanders up on me. And then I got to fight him full on. All right, let's see what kind of goodies we got. Ooh, this is something new. What is this? Ceramic plate. All right. 6B13 is the first Russian assault body armor with a high area of protection using ceramic plates to defend the user. The vest is effective as a metal plate carrier, but suffers from gunfire faster. Unrepairable. You know what? Better than a press vest. I don't have storage like a press vest, but I do believe that is more ballistic. So, unrepairable. Now we start getting into mags, and that's a good thing because it sucks finding the weapon and then having no magazine to put into it. And the AKM, I believe, is like the baby AK. The AK that shoots a smaller round than the 7.62 by 5.9. No, 5.4 is the big one. 7.62 by 3.9. What is that? This is a NATO 5.56. So it fires the 5.56 223. All right, Blacksmith's talking about some of the KarmaKrew servers. I am on a KarmaKrew server 3 for PC, and I wasn't alone earlier. Is that going to be better and worth it? I do believe that is going to be way more better and worth it than this 9, even though I have less rounds for it. I'm bound to run into some NATO style, and it has a scope that doesn't require batteries. This is one of those bullpup types. It's loaded, it has the rounds in it, so I do think that's better than that 9mm submachine gun, the Sega there. like I said, I've been such a official server guy that all this additional weapons just throws me for the loop. And there's my AK. Is that my AK? That takes that's the 74. And I do believe, is that the same magazine? And an SK. Now I have to make decisions, and there's another bullpup. Pristine, worn. Alright, so I like the idea of the bullpup. I would be getting waxed if there was other people in this area right now. Standing so long and doing this. Alright. Alright. So now I have to make a decision with this AK. Do I want to roll with the bullpup, or do I want to attempt to use an AK? It's pristine too, and it does have some type of sight on it. It has one of these, I guess, combat type. So chat, time for some backseat. What do you guys think? Okay, so the baby AK, do I take the bullpup, guys, or do I take the baby AK? I do think that the bullpup might be the better choice. So, because that would be like a close range or like getting people off of me weapon. It's on full auto. How do I change it? How do I change it, guys? What do I hit? Somebody told me this before, and I can't remember what to hit. Why'd I lose sound? I lost music. I lost ambient sound. Oh, I hit something. Oh, X was how you get it from burst. Semi-auto. I've hit something with my sound, guys. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go with this bullpup, but I've done something to my sound. I'll have to figure that out when I get out of here, because I am lingering. I like that because I can throw a knife in there. I see the ear symbol on the left, guys. I don't know what I hit. I was trying to figure out how to switch this bullpup to off of full auto, because I have a tendency just letting them rip and wasting and not hitting what I'm aiming at. So I will figure this ear out as soon as I get out of harm's way. I don't know what I did. That's where I came in. So let me just clear this tent here. I'm going to get off into the woods, and I'm going to figure out what I've done wrong. SKS. I'm not going to run with an SK. I like SKs, especially early on. I think I have cleared all these tents. Yeah. So I'm out of here. This looks good. This looks cleared. I've gotten boots. I've gotten weaponry. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm out. Let me get to the woods. Let me figure out why I have an ear on my screen. and what I've done. Oh. Okay. It's like I've put the game in something, and I don't know what. I've put the game in some kind of mode. N or P. In. There we go. Look at that. Earplugs. Get the freak out of here. I never knew such a thing existed. I did that on accident. What's the point of earplugs? Is that like if you get hit with a flashbang? Or does, I mean, when you shoot, does it make your ears ring without earplugs? That is wild. I shoot frequently in real life, and I have quite a few weapons, and I either wear muffs or earplugs, but that's just to prevent ear damage, like hearing damage. I never use for boats. Oh, boats are bloody loud. Man, that makes perfect daggone sense. And vehicles. Got you. So you're just not hearing that drone. Ah, man, this game, guys, this game. I got 20 more minutes. So, I'm going to leave it up to y'all. So, 20 more minutes leaving from the military that is outside of Story. Staroye. Stare. Story. Outside of that town, I'm in that military that's outside of that. Do I go south into the town and maybe hit the police and the hospital? Would be the things there. It looks like there might even be like the possibility of some police vehicle spawns. Or what do you guys suggest? What do you guys think? Yes, sir. All right, so I'm going to take that as XB is suggesting that we hit the town that is to the south of this military, and we hit the police and we hit the hospital before leaving this stream. Or he says it usually goes north to a higher tier. What's north of me? Oh, yep. North is another town with a police station. That's Delina. So Delina has a police. I've found the R12s in there before. So they do have a police that is immediately to the north. Now, can I reach that in enough time before the stream is over? Kelm. And small airport. What I'm looking at. Convoys on the way too. So I need to type in K Khelm. Yeah. Kelm. And there's convoys on the way. So Kelm is what you're suggesting. Oh, that's way out. That's like near that's near Berezino. Am I anywhere near that? I don't think I'm nowhere near that. I think I'm gonna bounce up towards. I'm at this military here. think I'm going to bounce towards... what military I'm at. No, I've gotten lost. I've so gotten lost, guys. Bad Berezino. Yeah, Berezino, man. Bunch of freshies to be trying to get punches in, and I'd have to blast them. And let's see here. So that's where I was. I went to Mitsa. Then I found the military to the west of Mitsa. Below me is Story. And above me is Delina. And there's a police in Delina. To the west of me is another town. I kind of think, because if I'm going to progress with this character and do some more streaming with this character and I don't get waxed, I would be making my way from up towards Gorka and the military towards Gorka, and that would be the natural progression for me. Yeah, Berezino is a town. Yeah, it's a big town, and it's a freshy town. And however you look at your interactions, it's either good or bad. If having to blast a bunch of freshies because they want to take a swing at what I got appealed to me, I would go immediately to Berezino. It is to the east of me, but I think I'm gonna go north, guys. I think I'm going to go north from here, from Mitsa and the military west of Mitsa. I'm gonna go to Delina. I'm gonna hit the police station because I don't have a whole lot of time before this stream is over. Daisy Raps. Wow. I learn something new every day. I learn something new every day. I could just lightly munch on some unknown food while I'm running and just eat little bits and pieces of it. Yeah, Delina is a good start. I agree. I'm gonna hit that police. I might find a R12 or at least some shotties some shot shells for my shotty there. So let me get my orientation right here. Sun, west. Keep the sun on my right. And 1, 2. Little bits of the unknown food at a time. And I shouldn't vomit. I'm keeping the sun on my right, so I should be heading north of the military, or northwest, and that should lead me towards Delina. I used to completely disregard unknown food, and oh, don't eat till it's gone and you'll be safe. Yep, that's how I've treated unknown food after I was forced to eat it because I was starving. Keep the sun on my right. I should be headed, I might be heading in a circle right now. But I was forced to eat unknown food and I was starving, and it changed my opinion of the unknown food, because not only did it save my life, it kept me hydrated, and I was starving of both, and the only thing I was able to find was unknown food. And then I'd always thrown it away or passed it up. Something told me to keep a can of it, as an emergency, and I did, and I learned. So I'm along a hilltop looking down into a valley. Yeah, on the Xbox server, and you said but it's on, I got a controller. Yeah, what do I got? Oh, as I throw it to the ground, I got a really old Xbox 360 controller from GameStop, one of their brands from way back in the day. That is one of those clear things. Yep, so McSnipes, I think we can, I think we're cross-platform. I think somebody told me earlier that it's cross-platform now. And that's really exciting, because that's kind of the whole, how I even got started back into the game after years and years of being away from it, was the possibility. Yeah, the guitar. Yeah, that is Guitar Hero. So yeah, so Guitar Hero, and I think this was for the PlayStation. Was this one for the PlayStation, or this one for the PlayStation? So part of my collection over the years. Yeah. Yep. Some of my retro video game stuff. I'll do a tour when I get it cleaned up, get it looking better. I'll do a little tour. Yes, we're all across platforms now. So Blacksmith, yes. Yep, we can play cross-platform. But I do have a controller. So yep, somebody noticed my Guitar Hero guitars back there. And let's see, my Rob the Robot from Nintendo, and my original Game Boys. So yeah, my little shrine back here. I got my shrine with all my bunch of old school stuff, Atari, and my Atari 2600 and stuff like that, ColecoVision. So Vectrex, there's a Vectrex right there. On console, it's old school. Everyone has to aim like a potato. Hey, I'm down. Okay, so I'll be looking for that message on Discord, man. XB, thank you so much for the sub, man. I don't know how to, I'm still learning. I don't know how to throw up these rewards and cheers made and all that stuff. I wish I did. I'd give you a big thumbs up, other than just me giving it to you on the screen, and say thank you. That is awesome. Thank you so much, man. Huge retro guy. Dayz obviously is my muse as far as like streaming and what I'm having a good time with, and meeting people, cool people from all over the world. And retro is my bread and butter. I just put up a Donkey Kong video, short today. You're over that. No offense, that's fine. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I'm not the oldest guy in the room right now. That's good. Hey, we just get better, man. We just get better with age. Life gets better, man. I'm almost in that retired phase. Oh, there's something. There's a house. Maybe I can figure out where I'm at. I just passed a road sign and a military truck. All right. Where am I? Oh man, you got out of it? Well, that's fine. Hey, that's... Oh, there's the 5.56 rounds I need. I just grabbed those. I wasn't even paying attention to what that was. That's 5.4 by 3.9. Is there anything on top of here? Sometimes there's stuff on top of these trucks, right, that you can't see if you don't... Yep. And that's an FNX 45. And I've got a leg holster. You can snag that for right now. I'm so running out of stream time. Yeah, if you got out of it, you got out of it. That's cool, man. Okay. So I'm getting the street signs explained to me now. So is that telling me, is that sign telling me, because I need to set myself up for my next stream with this character and which way and what I want to do. So I went north and I've crossed a road now. Is that the road to Delina to my right? Or what road have I hit? It's 2 miles that way. I've hit a road. Delina. So Delina is straight ahead. So if I hit, I'm on the road to Delina is what I'm gathering from this. So straight ahead this way is going to be Delina, and then there's going to be somewhere I can make a right up ahead, like maybe a crossroads that will lead to the Storia. That's what I'm gathering from this. Me learning, guys, me learning. Yes, so I'm on the road. If I went behind me, would actually be going north towards Polinia. But going straight ahead of me is going to be leading to Delina. Nice. Nice. See? Teach an old dog new tricks. Look at that. I was making the old jokes there, XB. Because I love it, man. I love my son's 26. My oldest is 26. And he's the whole reason I started playing again, because I thought we could cross-platform years ago. He got it for Xbox. I said, oh, I know that game. I played it a long time ago. And a buddy of mine had it whenever it was when it was a mod for Arma, and he was so into it and was talking about it, and that was my first experience with it. And then years later my son got it for Xbox, and I was going to play cross-platform with him, and I ended up, we couldn't do it. And now I can't wait today when he calls me every day, and when he gets off work, and he calls me, hey, what's up, Dad? Hey, you wouldn't believe what I found out today. Cross-platform works. You can hop on your Xbox, and I can teach you how to play DayZ, because I don't know if he still continued to play, or since we couldn't platform together, we couldn't cross-platform. I don't know if he lost interest or what. So, yeah, 60, brother. So, dude, I got 9 years left with my career, which I'm on stream, and I don't feel like sharing with on stream. But I got 9 years left with my career. I can retire with my benefits and my health, and like 80. I think I can take an early retirement at 20 years, or modified at 25. And I can get my health covered. I can get my 80% of my pay. Like, you know, so it's worth it to me to stick around a job, my career, which I enjoy. I love my job. And I don't call it a job, it's a career, but I can retire and do what I want. And I want to own an arcade. My wife and I want to own an arcade. I already own a pop-up arcade. If you look through my videos, you'll see some of my stuff. I have Pac-Man, Galaga. I have hundreds and hundreds of arcade machines that I've been collecting over the years, and I want to own a little family arcade. That is what I want to do for my retirement. So, yep. Let's see here. I love that little 22 pistol. I'd take that in a heartbeat over, because I love just popping the zombies in the military bases in the dome and silently doing it. So I'm gonna raid this where I'm at, guys. Okay, so I have been in the military. I'm no longer in the military, so I'll go ahead and get that off the plate. But my career, I'll leave up to guessing for now. I know I'm not active military, so we'll just leave it at that. XP, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. If I passed up SKs and stuff like that, what would I want a BK for? Is that the BK? What is that? Yeah, the IZH. I mean, they're good guns right off the start of the game. Okay, Royal Air Force. Nice, nice. I hope I said that right. RAFF. Is that stands for Royal Air Force? So yeah. So this is what we can do, guys. Before I get off into this town, before I get off into this is going to take me a while to that's going to take me a while to clear, and let's get off into the hills. I'll make sure I do have a good way to defend myself before, and there's the police. I believe the police station will be down in there. Royal Australian Air Force, that's what I thought. And hey, appreciate your service, brother. So did you retire? Oh, 10 years. Okay, so you did. I did what was called a straight 8. So I did 8, and I didn't have to do the inactive reserve and all that stuff, where I got to be on call for so long afterwards. So let's see here. And I was in the Army, and I was in logistics. So let's see here. We'll go find a grove, a clearing here, a nice little spot to hunker down. And behind some trees, I got a way to immediately defend myself. And we are going to call it, I'll hang out just for a few minutes and chat, just to wind everything down. It's just me and you now, XB. So I'm going to go ahead and exit off of here. Yeah, Desert Storm, brother. Oof. So yeah, and then we got bogged down. I don't even want to get into the politics of that. You know, we got bogged down for another one of these generation-long wars in the Middle East. So let's see here. Exit. So I'm gonna let it cool down before I end the stream. It's just me and you, but who knows who knows who will jump on and watch afterwards and get some enjoyment out of the video. Get some enjoyment out of the video after it's posted. So, and after it's on the stream. So yeah. No PTSD, please, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're not even going to get into all of that. But it's interesting. The type of people too sometimes that are drawn to these type of games, and you know, we can chat just for a few minutes while this thing is cooling down and while I'm shutting down the stream. Yep. Hey, you're listening. I see you out there. Yeah, man. So we were listening. Oh, sorry about that. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and hey, well, what's so weird is it's only showing that I've only got one current viewer. How does that work? If I keep saying it's just me and XB, but Blacksmith's still out there. What am I missing? One current viewer. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wind it down, but it's interesting that you bring up the PTSD thing and military service, law enforcement, all the different things that we can do in life. That it says 2 on your end. Okay, for some reason, man, it's only showing me one. It says I got one current viewer, so that's why I kept saying it's just me and you. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit off. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Yep, my wife's texting me. She's saying, "Hey, are you still streaming?" Kind of stuff. All right, so because I told her I was going to get off around noon and do the stuff I need to do around the house, but we could save that conversation for another day. XB, it's interesting the type of things that you do in life and the type of like we all the personalities we have and the type of things you've been exposed to and all walks of life. I mean, I've been playing on here with people that are 20, 21 years old, all the way up to, people in their 60s. And we all had different things. We all live different lives. We've all been exposed to different things. And it's just interesting what the type of things that people that play this game, what kind of things are attracted to this type of game. And I thoroughly enjoy the game. I enjoy the outlet of it sometimes, the adventure of it. Uh, it's interesting how the game activates certain things in your brain and activates like you'll have an adrenaline dump on this game, which is crazy to me that would happen on a video game. You have like you can get in the zone in this game where you're hunting, whether that's people or the animals on the game. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's still just a game. It's a video. It's pixels on a screen. Now, I do try to I try to treat people how I'd want to be treated on the game. That's just my personality in real life. So in the game itself, I try to, when I'm refreshing, I'm on the coast and I run into other people, I give them an opportunity, which isn't always the smartest thing. And in real life, in a zombie apocalypse, I mean, you lone wolfing it has 2 aspects. You're guaranteed to live as long as you're alone, and then but you're also guaranteed to not have enough cooperation to be able to make it in, so you can really analyze this game and stepping out onto a limb as a lone wolf, you're putting yourself in danger. Are you going to meet that cool person that now the 2 of you have better odds of survival than just doing the lone wolf thing? Are you just the person that snapped and climbed to the top of a bell tower? It's just the game activates those kind of things, and it can be as shallow as just running around loot hoarding and blasting people, or as deep as, am I going to make this run into, I'm the hunter that I've made it out of the city and role played into the wood line, and now the game has forced me back into town to get some duct tape to make a silencer so somebody doesn't hear me shoot that deer. So anyways, I could get off into just soapboxes and everything about that, but I appreciate y'all. Is the game as an experiment on how people react, and that 100%. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm over my time, and I appreciate y'all stopping and chatting, even hanging out and chatting after I've cut the game off. So we can move on into some more conversation on my next stream. I might be able to jump on for a little bit in the morning. If I don't have anything else going on, if I get up early like I did today and I'm just killing some time. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and have to bounce. XB, Blacksmith, y'all are awesome. I had different people pop in and out throughout the stream, and I appreciate them. And who knows who's going to go back and watch this and geek out after it's posted and it's on the channel. So y'all be blessed. We'll see you on the next one, maybe even tomorrow, or I take that back. I might actually have a few hours this afternoon if it's just me in the house alone, and I don't have any other obligations. I might be able to stream a little bit this afternoon, East Coast time. So we'll see. We'll talk to you later. Bye.